WBUR Podcasts, Boston.
I'm Daryl C. Murphy, and you're listening to The Common. We hope you had a good weekend and that you enjoyed our series last week looking at the very present impact of climate change in Boston. If you haven't had the chance to listen, I encourage you to go back and check it out. Our team is taking a day to rest and rejuvenate after a very busy few weeks. So today, we bring you a feature from the WBUR Newsroom. It's from reporter Arielle Gray, and it's about the work of renowned artist Simone Leigh, whose work centers Black womanhood through the use of clay, bronze, and ceramics. Last year, Leigh became the first Black woman to represent the U.S. at the Venice Biennale. It's one of the largest and most storied contemporary art exhibitions in the world. And now, pieces Leigh created for the Biennale are currently on display at Boston's Institute of Contemporary Art. Arielle got to walk through the exhibit and talk with Leigh about her work. Here she is with more.
Before you step foot into Simone Leigh's exhibition, you hear the gentle trill of a wooden flute. Then the deep pulse of a drum. The sound is from My Dreams, My Works Must Wait Till After Hell, one of 29 pieces in the exhibit. The drum sounds like a heartbeat as you enter and come face to face with Cupboard. It's a 7-foot-tall, golden bronze sculpture with a wide raffia skirt and the torso of a woman.
These are actual hands of raffia that I purchased in Madagascar and had shipped to me, and they was saturated in clay and laid over a form.
Leigh drew inspiration from photos of a Mississippi restaurant called Mammy's Cupboard. It's built in the shape of a mammy, a racist stereotype of Black womanhood.
Even though there, includes a lot of darkness in these archetypes, especially this idea of the restaurant where you would actually enter the skirt and, have pleasure eating food inside this woman's body. All those things are really interesting in me, and I think is why I've been sort of thinking about that kind of combination of forms and what it does.
This process of retrieving the past and centering it in the present surfaces again and again. She speaks on this as we stand in front of a cream-colored ceramic sculpture of a headless woman. It's a nod to a decapitated statue of Napoleon Bonaparte's wife that Leigh saw while visiting Martinique.
In some ways, this piece is a part of our current conversations about monuments and what should happen to them, especially artifacts of the colonial era in the Caribbean. As well as, what we've been talking about here in the U.S.
What should we do with public art that memorializes our dark past? Leigh found solace when she attended Martinique's carnival, where she witnessed the burning of an effigy.
I've been thinking about what my response is to all the questions we have around monuments and public space especially, and what they should be and do. I thought that this was the most brilliant idea of a way a community could create a monument, is actually to think of something that we all need to get rid of and to burn it.
And then we make new ones. The Last Garment, the next to last piece in the exhibit, is not technically a monument. In many ways it is. It's a bronze sculpture of a woman bent over washing clothing. Surrounding her is a massive pool of dark, still water.
I used an archival image, and I used something that has been used as a souvenir to also circulate ideas around the Black body, Black people, and what we're here to do and what we mean.
Leigh is able to hand some autonomy back to her. Her gaze is firmly set on her own reflection, unconcerned about who may be looking. She is an avatar of sorts for all of the Black women whose names are lost to time. For Leigh, it's
the practice of focusing on oneself, one's own communities, one's own history, one's own tools as a form of recovery and resistance.
Leigh's art has been just that, a form of resistance. As the first Black woman to represent the U.S. at the Venice Biennale, she has forever made history. But Leigh knows that for Black women, history often comes too late.
The generation previous to me, like 15, 25 years older than me, those Black women got nothing. They did real work to get me here. So while I have this, feeling of joy, it's also kind of sobering.
Simone Leigh's work is at the ICA until September 4th. For 90.9 WBUR, I'm Arielle Gray.
And that's it for today. We'll be back with our usual show tomorrow. Until then, I'm Daryl C. Murphy, and I'll talk to you soon.